here at Roberts Field Sports Complex in Holyoke, Mass. Just checking in on the progress. So this is the two one-wall handball courts made of wood, of course. The reason why they're made out of wood because back in 1997, 98,
these were built.
they didn't have enough money.
They started in 96, but these were actually put up in 97. We had our first tournament here, a singles tournament in 1997. And yeah, well, I think, yeah, when they redid the whole thing, when they redid this area with the tennis courts and then they added the volleyball, they added the handball. It was the first time that they had handball here, other than the wall there, which is the same height as that. Had lines on the floor, and sometimes people would play there. But obviously, as you can see, that's 8, maybe 9 feet. That's not even, the height of that is 8.5 feet. And that's not enough. 8, and then, so, people just kind of played a little low game. Handball was that popular. They played on, 20 locations out here. But the wood was redone a couple of times. I think this is a third time because it was done the second time, and then I think it was done 3 times. This is the third time. The second time they had the wood running horizontally, vertically. They had them all running vertically, and there was a lot of seams that had a lot of irregularities. So, they went back to the horizontal original, which is better. You get less seams this way most of the time. There's still some seams, but we can adjust those. Just gotta take the board out and kind of maybe put some shims or something in the back. But these floors are all going to be concrete, so we're going to have a truer bounce on the floor and more durability. Like I said, and my wife has said before, they have lights here. In the original designs, they should be lit. I can see bulbs in all of them. I imagine that they should be able to turn these on.
They will be.
And I know that they're made out of wood, but you can still get some decent games. As long as you have the dimensions. It is a slower bounce, but you play a different type of game on wood. You know what I mean? You may volley more. You may have different kinds of rallies. Instead of just having like a huge serve. I mean, I kind of depend on having a bigger serve. They can't move the way I used to. So sometimes these courts are harder for me in a way, but it'll help me develop strategy and placement, other than just brute power or something. You know what I mean? So it has advantages to kind of play on wood for those reasons, in my opinion.
And it's gonna look really nice.
It's gonna be nice. They didn't want to put fencing in the back, but it's not gonna be a big deal.
We could try to convince them that it will be beneficial to put fencing in between the handball and the volleyball courts, this is where the volleyball courts will be located.
People start using it a lot. But the other thing is, it would be nice to be able to do 2 things at the same time, because this is the problem with not having fencing. If there's volleyball going on at the same time of handball, they're going to interfere with each other a lot. So when you have fencing, that's why it's important to have the fencing. It doesn't make sense, because they interfere. It's not like a side-to-side with tennis courts, because the game is played back and forth. Yeah, with side to side, but not the same way. You know what I mean? So every volleyball that goes over, is a tripping hazard, is a nuisance.
And then we have to chase that ball all the way over here.
But they don't play volleyball all the time here. That's the thing. But if you were coming here to play and have a little fun, and you wanted to play some volleyball while people were playing handball, that's the only thing. You know what I mean? I guess in the future we're going to try to get some netting like what Jim Bovey does. And that should be fairly easy to just run and across with some bungees and the fence, attach it to the fences.
But
the only thing would be is entrance-wise, once you put a bungee up, a netting up, then you're going to have to get under it and get through it. That's the only thing. So I guess we'll try to figure something out with that. You know what I mean?
But she should reconsider putting up the fence.
We'll still see. You know what I mean? It's not impossible. But then again, once it's said and done, the problem with things like that is then they're going to have to bore through concrete, which is expensive, and actually doing that. So it increases the price of the job versus if they just did it now. You know what I mean? Because it'll just be an added expense that wouldn't probably be even that much more. Now, if you get a company to come out and just do the fence and bore through concrete and all of that, it'll most likely be more money per pole and boring through concrete and you know, it's going to be a lot.
I'm just disappointed that she didn't go with our suggestion to put the fencing in between these two amenities at Roberts Field.
Yeah, because the main problem with this court, besides it being off, you know, too close to the fences, is obviously that it's made out of wood. You know what I mean? What would fix it obviously would be if it was concrete, even without the fencing. You know what I mean? Because it is an enclosed area, and if you have to chase the ball down to, you know, this end, you might just pick them up later. You know, it's not that bad, but you know, the wood, you know, has to be replaced probably anywhere from 7 to 10 years. You know what I mean? And then depending on any damage or something. Now I notice as they're working on it though, they are kind of bumping into the.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm gonna bring it up close because I'm running out of juice here.
They're running into the, and it's part of their construction. You know, as long as there's an understanding.
But they're not being a little brutal.
I mean, most likely, yeah, they're not. Obviously, you know how it is. They're not caring too much about the wall. They just want to get the floor done, so they're not going to be as careful. But so they're driving into this. You know what I'm saying? So pretty. I imagine it'll probably be worse by the time. You know, I'm like, you know, if it's like that, you know, maybe they can grab us. It means, you know, 3 or 4 pieces of plywood or something, you know what I'm saying? Because you guys, and I'll do it myself or with John or whatever, you know, the parks guy from here, you know, the maintenance guy for the parks.
John Tuhig.
Yeah, so maybe we can, you know, replace a couple of the, if they get to that point. Right now, they don't need replacing now. But I noticed here, you know, they scrape this too.
Ah, I hate
They
that.
have to cut underneath this in order for them to get the concrete behind it. They have to, you know, that's what the engineer was telling me. They have to get underneath there, so they're gonna have to cut. We might end up with a little bit of a gap, but we're gonna have to try to work that out. That's why I say we might in the future have to replace the whole bottom row to be flush on the bottom. And with a leveled floor, it's doable, because right now it's not doable, and then it's gonna be hard to fit them in there. And that's why I had to put that metal thing on the bottom, which I don't like, but it did eliminate some of the gaps, you know what I'm saying? It's challenging with wood. I mean, it's not, you know, unless you construct it yourself and you kind of, you know, as a handball player, you know what to look for. What, you know, would be a crazy bounce even here. You know, there's a simple things you pull back on a screw, those shins in the back. You know, it's not
All right, we gotta go.
hard, but this is a pretty solid wall because it's backed with concrete, so you get some better bounces. You know, it's not a bad, you know, it's not bad.
It will be a great location to do another tournament or for people to come up and play some tennis, practice, you know, their handball and come
play
in.
racquetball here too.
And racquetball, of course.
We're planning another tournament in the springtime. We skipped this year, and obviously you can see that they're fixing it up and things like that. But we'll do another spring warm-up next year here. They also are increasing the fence height here,
Yeah,
which
10
is going to be
feet.
better, and they're probably adding. I'm hoping, you know, half a foot or something. It's not much, but these might be the markings of where they're going to do them. I was hoping it would have gotten to there, but this is where it was cut. So I'm wondering if that's where the pole was. Or they're just adding a little bit, or this is what they're going to do with his marking. Because obviously here, it would be strange that they would move in.
Oh no, that would be bad.
That is there. So I'm going to call and find out what that, you know, what these markings mean. You know what I'm saying? Because this makes it closer than what it was originally. And that's what the whole idea was, not to do. You know what I mean? So I think I had an understanding on that he said that it was going to be.
He could say one thing, the contractor that's here could think something. That's why there has to be a lot of communication going on.
You don't want to lose 2 feet, because I just added 2 feet with this.
Yep.
And this is the 2 feet that I added. I moved it in and put the courts closer together. Yeah, they were nice and separate.
And making sure that there's 6 feet in between the courts.
They're immovable objects. You know, 6 feet, but I'm saying before we had 10. But that's how I was able to add 2 and 2.
I gotta go, everyone. And we're gonna go check out South Holyoke handball courts at South Canal Street and Jackson Street.
I was hoping for this right here. This would have been great.
That's what we want.
I wanted it right here. You know, but if they put it where it was, it's still usable because, you know, that's how we ran the tournament. I just don't want to get it to lose it to there.
We're gonna
Does it make sense?
we're gonna do a nice tournament next spring of 2019. So looking forward to that. Bye everyone.